All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon and The Blackest Heart, both books published by Simon & Schuster's Saga Press. Today, I'm going to be reviewing The Song of Susannah by Stephen King, book number 6 in his Dark Tower series. Now, if you've been following my channel, you know I'm reviewing every single Stephen King novel in order of publication. We are up to book number 6 in the Dark Tower. So we're somewhere around 2002, 2003-ish in the career of Stephen King from 1974 to today. I think that's the career of Stephen King. Can't remember when his first book was published. Anyway, it was Carrie, and I did a review of it, and I mentioned the day it was published in that review. You can find that just by typing in Carrie and Durfee, and the review will come up. We always talk about the covers first, because you know I love graphic design and cover illustration. So I've got the original hardcover that came out, published by Donald M. Grant, which has all the illustrations in it. And then I've got the most recent paperback that came out. So, this cover, by the hardcover, the illustrator was Daryl Anderson. And he did a lot of inside illustrations too that are dope. I like it. The paperback was done by Tony Morrow, and I like it too. Now, usually, when we do these Stephen King reviews, I tell you which cover that I like the best. And I think you're going to be surprised, because I've loved the hardcover versions a lot. I love the graphic design. But I am going to go with the paperback version this time. I just think it's a little more snazzy and a little more fly. Not only that, but if you bear with me a minute longer on these covers, you can see that this very colorful cover is part of a series of Dark Tower paintings that Tony did, that when you put all of the books together, they create this painting that goes clear across, and then you plug the Song of Susannah right there in, and you've got this one continuous painting that goes across all of the books in the series. And I think that's pretty cool. It looks really cool there if you get that view of it. They all flow in together beautifully. So it's just one big painting broken up into 8 different books, and that's cool. That's why I'm giving the nod to the paperback this time on cover design. Not to say that I don't like that one, because that's pretty cool. I've also been listening to each one of these books on audible.com and following along in the text as I listen. Song of Susannah was narrated by the voice narrator George Guidall. He does a good job. No complaints there. Let's get to the meat of the review. Okay, this is where things get controversial. Not only that, but I'm going to be telling you trade secrets of the publishing industry, because I am published by Simon & Schuster, the same publisher as Stephen King. So here's the thing. This is the book. Controversial because, this is no secret, Stephen King inserts himself into the story. A lot of people thought that was a cheap gimmick. Us authors, you know how in prison there's the saying, snitches get stitches? Well, whenever you sign a publishing contract with a major publisher, what happens is, in that contract, the words to the effect of, once you become published by a traditional major publisher, you now understand that the world you created, whatever world you're writing in, there's a parallel universe out there where those characters actually live. And once you sign that contract, it's like signing a deal with the devil, where those characters can now come into your life and interact with you. This has been a publishing secret for millennia, since the time of Jesus, really. The reason people are upset in the business with Stephen King for inserting himself into this book is because he gave up that secret that all of us authors have held close to the vest, because yes, our characters do. Every character that we write lives a real life in a parallel universe out there. And with the signing of that book contract, you are inviting them to come talk to you. And they do come talk to us. This is only known amongst a few people in the business, Stephen King being one of them. And he ratted us out. He ratted us out. All of us authors now, the secret's out of the bag. Characters do talk to us. Or maybe I'm delusional and made all that up. I don't know. But anyway, one of the controversial things about this book is Stephen King does insert himself as a character in this. Now, I didn't have a problem with it. All that nonsense I just said aside, I didn't have a problem with it because those were some of the most interesting parts of this book. I actually really enjoyed Stephen King inserting himself into the story and interacting with the gunslinger and Eddie Dean and all the other characters, and just how when they approach Stephen King in 1977, he's still a new writer, because there's a lot of time travel in the Dark Tower series, as you know. They approach him as he's a new writer and try to get him to finish his gunslinger epic, because they are all characters within this epic. And Stephen King is sort of like just that whole interaction between him as a writer, meeting his characters from that parallel universe that I talked about, which may or may not exist. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I mean, now maybe I'm the snitch that'll get a stitch. I don't know. I'm just saying. It's a cool book, you know. It's it's got all of our characters. Susanna, Dean, and Mia are kind of combined to become one. They've traveled to the 1999, and they're carrying this child, the child of destiny, that they're going to name Mordred, and which is very ominous with the whole King Arthur thing. And then we've got Jake, Oy, and Callahan, who travel to 1999 to sort of save Susanna from, this weird fate that is going to befall her. And then in 1977, we've got the time travelers Roland and Eddie Dean, who go ahead and meet Stephen King, their creator, their God, the person that created them, the person that's telling their story. And they're talking to him about, you got to finish the story, and it's because we're in the middle of it in this parallel universe. And so anyway, all joking aside, I don't know if there's a parallel universe out there where our characters live. Maybe it's just in our own head, or the heads of the millions of readers that read our books. Maybe that's where those parallel multiverses come from, and so everybody's got it in their head. But I think, and the reason I brought that up at the beginning is just because it's part of the main theme of what's going on in the Song of Susannah, is these parallel universes converging. String theory, the parallel universes, all of that stuff that we talk about in science and theories and all these things are kind of in this book. And I really find it fascinating, especially when they all start to kind of unravel and combine and unravel. So I liked this book a lot. Some of the Dark Tower books I have not liked that well. This one, I really quite liked, for the fact that Stephen King was ballsy enough to put himself in the story without apologies to anybody. He did what he wanted, and that's cool. I love it. Now, the whole thing about, do authors really sign those kind of contracts? Well, that is for you to either believe or not believe. I give this a 9 out of 10. I think it is one of the more engaging Dark Tower books. Most def.